This community is ripped at the seams. I learned about the power plant last summer. You are stewards. You are stewards of our home. You are stewards of the air that we breathe. You are stewards of the taxpayer dollars that we work very hard to earn and give this government to spend wisely. You are stewards of the hometown we're going to pass down to our children. And I don't like where this is going right now, and I place the blame in one place. So we have an opportunity right now to turn things around, and I would like to see my government represent me. I would like to see my city represent my community. Because that's the way it should have been done from the beginning.
I was curious as to how the University of Delaware began to think this was a good idea, and the Board of Trustees approved such an idea.
There isn't a place that you can't walk to on Main Street, on the campus, anywhere. This is the #1 topic, and this is the topic that we should be addressing. Not everything else, not that that's not important, but this is the topic at hand that needs to be addressed and needs to be resolved.
Please listen to and take into your hearts and your minds the information and the words and the thoughts of the people who live here. And you all live here too.
To undo the damage that TDC, LEC has already done to our community. And I'm thinking here in particular of the ways that the power plant issue has torn at the fabric of this community and the ways that it has weakened citizens' belief in the future of Newark. But I also think tonight offers us an opportunity to avoid the long-term damage that TDC seems eager to inflict upon us. If we take on the TDC's bad bargain, then we are accepting those 150 deaths. Those deaths come from our neighbors and our coworkers, our friends, our family members, ourselves. And I think that we as a community, we deserve far better than that future.
You're going to put this power plant right across the street from my children's school. An amazing, fantastic school with wonderful administrators and teachers. Pollution that is so much worse than Chrysler spewing down on my kids. How could you think of doing that? Hundreds of students, thousands of students within 3 miles. This is about environmental justice. You took the power away from the people.
And let me tell you, it's not about the money. Because when you are sitting in a hospital room with your child who has asthma and is having an attack, you would give your car back in a minute if you could take that asthma away. If you're sitting in the hospital getting chemotherapy for your lung cancer or having heart problems, you would give any of those, the new roof, the job, everything back away if you could have your life whole and restored.
Downwind of Chrysler, there were days, Thursdays especially, when they blew their stacks, where he would not allow his 7 children to come out to practice, etc., because of what was in the air.
And from what I know in my many years in healthcare and from the many patients I've treated, this is not a good thing for our health. And we have heard many, many things presented from scientists, from engineers, to give scientific facts for why this should not be built.
We can do better. This is the evening, this is the night to change our course and do what's right for all of these citizens that we love and care about. Thank you.
The attorney representing our city says that the neighborhood that will be home to this project does not consist of any residences. This is not a time to spend our energy on blame, and it's not a time for those who have made erroneous decisions based on bad information to defend those decisions any longer. It's time for our elected officials to take the reins, look at the situation with eyes wide open, and steer the city to revoke the zoning verification.
We have enough evidence to prove that this is not good business for the city of Newark, nor do we need to make individuals rich off of our good health and our community.
I'm tired of people telling me that Chrysler was there forever. Chrysler's been gone a long time and our air is clean. I don't want it fouled up again. I already suffer from unspecific allergies, and it can consist of barometric pressure, consists of molds and mildews, and who else knows? I don't need to get any sicker.
I would like to let every single council person here know that I am the chair of the Newark Residents Against Power Plant Steering Committee. I can tell you that there are members from each of your districts in our group. Some districts are clearly more well represented than others. Obviously, District 3 does have the most members, but we have members in each district.
I live 1.5 miles from the refinery and the power plant. There aren't people in my town as old as my mother. There is high incidences of Alzheimer's, cancer, and other pollution-related issues that affect people living within a certain limit zone around a polluting large manufacturer of some sort. When they say the noise will be at an acceptable level, I can tell you from experience, it will not. And so I come to you and to tell you that these things are important. They're important for all of you to pay attention. You don't want to lose it.
I love this city and I love everything about it. Over all these 50 years, I've never seen anything like what we're doing with right now.
And if you guys are trying to save us from ourselves and help us, explain it to us, right? Or put it to a vote. So tonight, I'm not going to debate with you about who knew what, when, and when you knew it. And whatever you've done in the past, I forgive you. Because I'm not sure what misinformation was given to you and at what time you knew it, right? So with that said, based on all that we all know now, right? We know a lot of facts now, both you and us. I strongly recommend that you look at the current facts and decide if you, the city council and mayor and city manager, support sponsorship of this project.
And what they're questioning here is how can a power plant producing 2,000 tons a day of carbon dioxide meet these signed agreements by the university? Well, the answer is it can't on the surface. However, and this is what I find disturbing, I find it questionable and perhaps even blatantly unethical. And let me read this next sentence. Although UD has created a legal framework to allow it to exclude the power plant from the reported climate action plan and greenhouse gas emissions, the public will certainly not perceive it as a separate entity. I'm shocked, and I'm sure you are too, because I think this is just part and parcel of what has happened to the business first, ask questions later culture that's occurring here at the University of Delaware. Now, I can assure you that this information will spread.
And I just would hate to see any more children added to the roster under other health and care, which means a child has a bona fide medical condition that impacts their learning, and this would be something including asthma. So I'd like you to take that to heart, that these kids don't know what's coming their way, and I would have felt remiss not to lend a voice to their existence, basically. Thank you.
There are approximately 10 or more people outside of this room, and this room is required to accommodate everyone who wants to attend by the open meeting rule of the state. So I suggest that issue be resolved. immediately. Thank you. Councilman Moorhead, thank you very much for your hard work. I have gone through your document with a calculator and a pencil, and I have to say I have tremendous respect for the undertaking that you went through. Bravo.
And I have to tell you where my household comes down on what to believe. I have a son with multiple medical disabilities on a good day. But there's not a question in my mind as to whether he is going to react to the emissions from this power plant. It's how severely he's going to react. And I would like to ask you to, once again, exercise your authority to withdraw the zoning verification. Thank you.
I'm a mother, and my child will be within a mile of the future power plant. And the days that are going to actually run the power plant to sell the electricity to the grid are those ozone days, those hot days that everybody's going to use the electricity. And those are the days that all of those VOCs is going to the earth, and my child will be at the school within a mile there. And those environmental regulations that's supposed to protect us, you know, when they pass the VOC limit, they will get a fine for $4,000 that will go to a fund. So those permits would not protect my child. Those permits would not protect anybody. That's why we have actually all of these ozone days. That's why we have all of this pollution in our water and air. It wouldn't protect us. I think there is an opportunity, everybody here, there is an opportunity for actually making the democracy work. If power is within the people and in the local government, I think everybody here is saying we want to be protected.
The excuse that they have to run this extra power and this extra capacity all the time is just absurd. So I would like to ask the council again, please revoke the verification before the zoning. Thank you very much.